Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask Crystal Jesse to give us an update on her opioid case.
Thank you all. It's a pleasure again to be here tonight. A few had asked because of information that's came out in the newspaper where we currently stand. Hawkins County and all my counties have opted into the consortium plan. We have until January 26th to make sure that the mass units of us opt in. From January 26th, then the big three and J&J have 30 days, which will take us to February 25th, to review the participating entities. We think we will have the mass group to opt in at this time. We had a few holdouts, but some of the bigger states have followed suit. To bring you up to date on Endo, as you recall, Endo had previously been in front of the county commission. Endo has now reached settlements in Texas, Florida, and Alabama. We've had proposals from Endo, but we're not up to a number that we feel completely 100% safe with yet. But once we get to a number that is more on par with what we're looking for, we'll come to you again in closed session, hopefully in the next 90 to 120 days, and say this is what we have and this is what we plan to do going forward. We've had 2 wins so far. If you remember when we started this, we divided up into different trial classes, and Tennessee was on down the line. We had a trial class 3 jury verdict in Ohio and New York. Only as to liability. That is good for us because we hadn't had any verdicts up until this point. We go back in front of Judge Posner in Ohio, who is the judge that Hawkins County went to in May to do the damages. It'll probably take us 6 weeks to try that from start to finish. So we're hopefully getting the verdict with that money the end of July, the 1st of August. Our next big trial, we're looking at San Francisco. That's trial track number 4. It's scheduled to start in early April. It's in regard to ANDA and Walgreens. What we're seeing now is that we are scheduling more trials with the pharmacies. And that's good because the pharmacies has never once came to the table and wanted to mediate with any entity. They've always claimed they did not have a hand in the RICO violation. So we're hoping if we can get some sort of liability verdict, that will essentially push them more to the table to litigate and to come in and mediate with the smaller classes. If you remember too, we had a judge trial in July of 2021 in West Virginia. We opted to do judge there instead of jury because that was one of the hardest hit areas, and that judge has been favorable to us in the past. We still do not have that verdict down. Once we get that verdict, it will open up our trial classes to start with Tennessee and some of the southern states. So right now we're just waiting on the appeals process and all the mediation process to go through before we start setting the cases for Tennessee. Last, in regard to the bankruptcy, I had 2 of the defendants in bankruptcy the last time we're here, Purdue and Mallinckrodt. Purdue, we appealed their bankruptcy settlement agreement because we did not believe that the Sackler family should be let out from liability. So the judge at the Court of Appeals has given us until February 1st to mediate. We hope that we can come to an agreement in regard to the Sackler family being released by February 1st in mediation. If not, we're still going forward with our appeal. We do not believe the Court of Appeals, and we do not believe the bankruptcy court has any jurisdiction over the Sackler family because they weren't before it. Purdue was. Mallinckrodt, their last offer in bankruptcy put us around $1.7 billion. That would be divided up between all the entities. We hope to get Tennessee's portion allocated out of that in the next probably 90 days. With that being said, hopefully as the few months tick ahead, once these deadlines have firmed up, I should be able to come back to you in March and April and give you some more updates and maybe go into closed sessions about some of the dollar numbers and figures that will come back to Hawkins County. With that being said, does anybody have any questions? If not, thank you all for always taking me first. I appreciate you, and it's a pleasure to represent you. Thank you so much.
Crystal. Appreciate you.